Power is a lot like real estate. It's all about location, location, location. The closer you are to the source, the higher your property value.
A courtier is a person who is often in attendance at the court of a monarch or other royal personage. Inside every court, courtiers of all types can be found surrounding the leader. Their power often dependent on the closeness of the relationship with such leader. One dynamic of this relationship is often one of admiration and idealization. These courtiers tend to view their leader as smarter, braver, craftier, and stronger than they are. Such dynamic is similar to the one people experience in childhood. As children, we depended on our parents for our own security and well-being. In the same fashion, courtiers tend to repeat the dynamic in their life inside the court, the same emotional patterns they experienced when dealing with their parents and siblings. If the individual learned to please her parents to get what she wants, she would take on the role of the pleaser inside the court. If the relationship was built on resentment, then they would be more of an envier type, someone who appears to be agreeable and helpful but secretly sabotaging his fellow courtiers and leader. Some of these types can be extremely dangerous when in power, since they are masters at disguising their negative and malicious emotional and behavioral patterns. The types of courtiers. Type number 1. The Intriguer. The Intriguer is a very difficult type to recognize. They are loyal to their boss, and no one works harder than they do. They secretly have an immense hunger for power and a secret disdain for their boss, because they believe they can do the job better. They have a chip on their shoulder and in deep need to prove it. This stems often from a competitive relationship with their father figure. They would do even the lowest tasks to gain advantage, such as ordering the leader's desk, taking care of their schedule, their pet, or helping their boss dress for the evening. They would tolerate even the harshest treatments for the promise of getting ahead. Ambition and resentment are the fuel of the Intriguer. They pay extreme attention to the weaknesses of their boss in search for dirt on them. They slowly take over the operation, and when it does happen, it's like they have been ready all along. This type often plays the real boss and not the courtiers or the lower bosses. Robert Greene gives the example of Alexander Haig, a decorated war hero and national security advisor in the court of Richard Nixon. He worked under Henry Kissinger, playing the game of the Intriguer. He got promoted to chief of staff and became Kissinger's superior. And after the Watergate scandal deepened and Nixon fell into depression, he became as the de facto president. To identify this type, look behind the efficiency, loyalty, and disarming charm. Focus on their maneuvers and their impatience, the moments where their insatiable strive to take control slips and reveals itself. They make people dependent on them to do almost everything, eating their leader one bite at a time. Pay attention to the extra zeal they display to please the boss or prove themselves useful and worthy. These types see you as a stepping stone, a mere tool to get them closer to what they want. And the best strategy against this type is to avoid being a targeted enemy or a pawn in their game. Question: have you ever encountered an intriguer in your life? Or do you know any fictional or real characters that share this archetype? Type your answers in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. See you guys in the next video.